hoping that through talking with everyone, we can help to start bridging a gap in our political system. Unfortunately, things have been divided for so long, I don't know if people really know how to talk to one another anymore. So I'm hoping that us talking here today can start something to bridge a gap so that we can all start talking to one another again.
Hi, I'm Rowena. I am Asian. I am an immigrant, and I'm here because I'm here to listen. I consider myself an independent, but I'd like to hear views, and I'd like to see how everybody comes together.
I'm here today to reach across the aisles. I want to listen to everyone's differences, and at times I know that we'll agree to disagree, but I'm excited about being part of this.
Hi, I'm Mike Dooling, and I'm a father of 2 grown daughters and a husband, and I have been unrepresented for the last 25 years in politics, and it's become worse and worse, and people can less and less be able to talk to each other. What I want to do here is work with everybody else here and try to get everybody to see that it's not politics, it's about people, and we all need to talk to each other and listen to respond, not to respond, but to understand. And so hopefully this will open that dialogue so that we can start to work together to solve the problems and not let politics divide us.
Hi, my name is Leslie. I'm an Asian American non-voter, and I am in the middle social economic group. And the reason why I haven't voted is because I don't know if my vote really matters or if it even affects my life. And that is also the reason why I'm here today, so that I can understand.
Hello, my name is Terrence Marshall. I'm here today to help me in the differences between parties. I'm here today to let people understand that just because you are in a particular party, that doesn't mean you have to vote that particular way. You need to remove the blinders and understand that each side has an opinion about a situation. If you understand, you'll make a smart decision.
Really good to see everybody today. I'm State Representative Ron Simmons, and I represent a portion of Carrollton, a portion of Louisville, a portion of Highland Village, a portion of Dallas, and a portion of Coppell in the State House, which is in Austin. My background is I was born in Louisiana, raised in Arkansas, got here as fast as I could learn to spell it, which for us was about age 25, so I got here really quick. And my wife and I raised our 3 kids here. They're all adults now and live in the Carrollton area, got 2 grandsons. And I thought it was important to be a part of public service. The state representative, the way it works, you don't really make any money, $600 a month, so you probably lose money in this job. But you want to do it because it's public service. And I wanted my kids and my grandkids to know that giving back to the community, like a lot of you do in other ways, is very, very important.
Began thinking about when you have red, which at the time represented Republicans, and blue represented Democrats, when you have red and blue paint and you mix them together, it comes out purple. And what purple meant is when red and blue can come together, and it's not always going to be like that, there's going to be issues that we differ on, but when you can, it's much better for the state of Texas. Propose the idea of why don't every Thursday we wear purple? Either a purple shirt, a purple tie, the ladies might wear a purple scarf or a pantsuit or something that they felt that would just show that solidarity. And so we began doing that. And it's amazing how it picked up with the other members of the House. I got ridiculed a little bit. People, want to make fun of it. But I'll tell you what, every Thursday people looked around and there was purple all over that. And I think it made a difference. One of the things that they provide me as a state representative is they provide you with your ethnicity breakdown in your district. And House District 65 is a very diverse district. It includes the Asian community, of course the Hispanic community, the African American community, and the Caucasian community. And so we really do live in a melting pot. And I mean, for the most part, I think it goes pretty well. However, those are things we can always improve on. I want to get you guys' thoughts, if you have any, on how I personally might be better at it, how we at the state level, what would you like to see at the local level?
I think a lot has to do with trying to understand each minority group, because it's not the same.
That's true. That's a very good point.
Within each group, there are also different demographics.
Right.
And I know it's a lot of work, I know it's complicated, but we have to try.
That's a good point. Yeah.
As an example, I was talking to Leslie, and I belong to a generation of people where I came from originally before I immigrated, wherein politics is something that has to be hush-hush. Because if you showed any preference for one or the other, you're bound to get in trouble. And trouble means
literally in trouble.
Literally in trouble.
Yeah.
As in
killed or hurt or lose your
exactly.
job. Oh wow.
So even the second generation,
Yeah. Good
although
point.
they're born here and they're aware that they have to participate, they were still raised by people who
Yeah,
were not
that's a
encouraged
very
to
good
participate
point.
into the public sphere. So understanding where everybody comes from.
That's
is a
really a good
start.
point.
So just to give a little bit of information about me, I'm actually fourth generation Japanese American. So my family came to this country about 100 years ago, over 100 years ago. So we're probably as American as you can get. Actually, during World War II, my family fought for the American side while they were in the internment camps. And a couple of times when I've been speaking to people, they made this implication that Japan is actually that's actually my home country. And for me, it's not. I was born in America, my parents were born in America, my grandparents were born in America. Those of us who just may not look like what you would typically consider American, it actually kind of puts a target on us, because the assumption right away sometimes for some of us is when you see us is that we don't belong
Right.
here.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that my family's been here for a very, very long time.
That's an interesting point you brought. I'll never forget that in my initial class, we talked about freshman class a little bit earlier, one of the gentlemen in that class is a gentleman by the name of Terry Canales. Terry Canales is from the border area down around McAllen. And so he and I got to be friends. You know, we're in the same class. We're just getting started in the legislature and all that. His family has been in that area in South Texas for 400 years. And it really hit me. He is much more of a Texan than my family is. Even if I'd been here and it's just like, wow. He's, yes, he has a Spanish background, okay? They came actually from Spain. They were one of the deals they called hidalgos, which were middle-class people they set up almost as royalty in South Texas. And his family has owned that property for 400 years. So that was very good point, and that's what we do have to remember. That it's just the innate way that when we look at people, what we automatically see. So that's a good point.
Like when Jennifer said, I'm fourth generation American, Japanese American. Does it always Japanese American, or will it ever just be American? You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you get past that. Okay, because. But maybe it needs to be that way, because maybe there is a little bit of culture that we need to understand that is slightly different, but still you're just as American as anybody. We're all something American, right? My family was Scottish American, right? And so I think what we have to do is we have to start at home, then we have to reinforce it in the school system.
So I know a bit about our representatives throughout the state, but how diverse is our representatives throughout the entire state? I mean, what does that look like?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a great point. I would say that when you look at the body as a whole, it's relatively diverse, but it does not exactly reflect the population, right? Now, that doesn't mean just because somebody has a different color of skin or a different gender doesn't mean they can't represent you. Well, and we agree with that. But what I do see, there's a couple of things that I think are encouraging. There's a couple of things that are troubling. I do see more and more people of color that are becoming involved in the political process.
The things that are troubling is I I see people that get so fed up with what they hear on the news and politics that we have very good people of all races, kind of like what you said earlier, is that should I even be involved? You know, and I understand that. I've got young adult children as well, and I'm sure that goes through their mind. But I'll just tell you this: in public service, if good people don't do it, bad people will every single time. And so I think we have to continue working on getting all different types of people involved in this process.